Welcome, everyone. My name's Lynn Schusler-Williams. This is our Success Partners International team training call. And it is the thing that we start every team call with is our Success Partners signature message. It's such a powerful set of words. And each and every person on this call can say, I am part of a growing team of entrepreneurs with a shared mission to protect and empower 2 million families and small businesses with Legal Shield's network of law firms and world-class identity theft services. What we do matters, and we are looking for help. And with that, I get to introduce someone who is an incredible friend, a leader to all of us, a mentor among mentors, and just an incredible example of how to do this Legal Shield business. Mr. Timmer Halligan, the call is yours.
Well, thank you so much, Lynn, and you're a pure example of how to do this Legal Shield business. And you know, what a tremendous job checking folks in, not only for this, but the Zoom call that we had just before this call. So for those that participated, had guests on, thank you so much for being there. And you know, for those that are here tonight, welcome. You know, we talk about all the time, success begins with showing up, and it's so true. There's so many of the things that we learn in this Legal Shield business that I get the opportunity to go out and talk to people about and just spread the positivity that we have, the different quotes that we have, and then to see them become contagious out there is just so gratifying. And so tonight I'm excited, you know, to be able to speak to the brand new associates. For those that don't know me, my name is Timmer Halligan. I've just celebrated my 15th year with Legal Shield last week. So I'm now getting ready to you know, embark upon another year. And I'll be Legal Shield for life. You know, hopefully my life's gonna be a long one. But because of what it is that we do, what Lynn said, you know, what we do truly, truly does matter in the lives of our members. And so to the brand new associates, number one, welcome. You've made an incredible decision. For all the existing associates, you know what an incredible decision that you've made. You know, our role is quite simple. Get out there and see the people and tell the story. Let them know what Legal Shield is all about. So what we're going to focus on in the first part of tonight's call is for the brand new associates, but really equally as important, if not more important, for all associates, because this business is about duplication. It's about being able to do a few simple things consistently, doing them over time, doing them professionally, doing them with intention, and this business works fantastic. So what we're going to talk about right now is fast start qualifying. You know, when you first join Legal Shield, you've got 20 days to be able to fast start qualify. That means you've got, excuse me guys, 20 days to be able to go from the associate level to the senior associate level. And you're going to do that simply by, you know, doing a couple different things. So I'm going to walk you through real quick, just have a conversation with you guys on what to do. Then I'm going to bring you over to our team websites that you can take a look at some of the different steps. But this business is easy. This business is about a couple things. Grabbing a notebook like this, grabbing a pen, and starting to you know, make a list. You know, the first thing you want to do as a Legal Shield member yourself, as a Legal Shield associate, is use your membership. You know, get yourself connected to using the membership. Call the law firm. Make sure you've got your apps downloaded for yourself. Your Legal Shield app, your Prospect by Legal Shield app, which is the app that you're going to utilize, you know, to prospect and send things out to your folks. You know, you want to make sure you've got your ID Shield set up, your monitoring set up. You want to make sure that you know how to get to your website. So your website, you would have chosen a login name when you first came on board with Legal Shield, and it would then be, your login would be .wearelegalshield.com. So my login is T Halligan. So my website is thalligan.wearelegalshield.com. Ladies, I encourage you to utilize the Ladies of Justice domain name. So for example, mine would be thalligan.ladiesofjustice.com. It really talks about the Ladies of Justice movement, the empowering women, bringing them together. It's just unbelievable, the cultures that's been created in the short amount of time. So ladies, I encourage you to use that as your domain, as your website. And then what you're going to do is, like I said, you're going to call the law firm. You're going to start preparing your will right from the app. You're going to make sure you've got member perks set up. It's the most awesome discount program that all Legal Shield members have access to. You save money on, you know, pretty much everything that's out there. Here's what I encourage you to do. All associates, before you make any purchase, check member perks first. Just check it first. What's the difference? I mean, you check it if we don't have anything in there. But if we do, which we do a lot, you're going to save yourself some money. I'm saving a couple $100 this weekend just traveling to hotels, you know, one in Michigan and one in Indiana. It's going to be awesome, right? Why not save $200-300? Then what you're going to do is this. You're going to now start to create a list of people. That's where the notebook comes in, right? I'll show you some places where you can grab, you know, some forms to download, but just grab a notebook if you want to. Start writing them down. Write down the top 30 people that you want to. I say this, if you were going to have a retirement party next week, if you were going to have a graduation party for your kids, if you were going to have a Super Bowl party, who are those people that you would invite? And you're going to write them down this list, and then we're going to invite them. Some we may invite to your house and do what's called a private business reception. Others we may bring onto a Zoom conference call. Others we may send a video to. Work with your sponsor, but get your list organized, because if you get your list organized, it's going to make real easy to figure out what to invite them to. Then we're going to invite them, because what we want to do is then be able to get you to get Fast Start qualified. And what does that mean, guys? Let me show you. So you now got the basics. You know you're going to create yourself a list. You know you're going to take that list of individuals. You're going to work with your sponsor. You're then going to invite them to come look at some information. You're going to find all of this, you know, over on our team's website at begintheascent.com. So you go over to begintheascent.com. We've made it real easy to know where everything is here. You know, here's the calendar. This is going to show you where all the different events are. Here's where you can log into your back office and your LS Engage to track some of your results. You know, here's where you're going to see all the YouTube videos, our team training. You can go here for additional training. This brings you over to Shield Nation. We are all part of the Shield Nation organization with John and Darcy Hoffman, $800,000 or so a year income earners. They'll be at our Summer Blast event that's coming up, which for new associates, next week we will be down in French Lick, Indiana, and we'll be down there for our annual summertime event. It's going to be amazing. Get back to your sponsor and let them know that you're interested in learning more about it, but it's going to be tremendous. So we're making sure you've got access to everything. Simply go over to this Getting Started page, and once you get to the Getting Started page, you're going to go here. We're going to now talk to you about how do you Fast Start qualify? How do we get this done in the first 20 days, get you a bonus of $200? Well, guess what? You click on this and we're going to show you all the steps. Everything is laid out right here in front of you. We don't have to create any of this system. It's already done. So we click on this button right here. It tells us exactly what we need to do to Fast Start qualify, which is to go out and write $60 worth of memberships. $60. It could be 2 family plans with Legal and ID Shield, but then one of those persons becomes an associate. Or go out and write $180 worth of premium. Go out and market 5 family plans. Either one gets you there. Either one will then give you a $200 bonus, because we're going to pay you $100 to Fast Start qualify, and then another $100 by going to what we call our Fast Start qualifying class. It's going to be an awesome class, 2 or 3 hours, 3 hours or so long. All the information you need to then launch your business to the next level. So go back here. Just go through these 5 steps, guys. I encourage you to go through this with your sponsor. And when you go through this with your sponsor, they'll show you a couple other cool things I want to show you real quick, which I think are important. When we talk about making a list, there's a video right here by our mentor, Mr. John Drennan, 20 plus years in this business, on how to build a $1 million list. He's working on his 3rd million with the company. Here's a great little short video on how to invite people. Once you got your list, you can just go right here. There's a short little video on how to invite people to come look at information. And then how do we get them to jump on the call with your sponsor so that you can help to close the deal. Here's another short video. So take a look at those over on our Getting Started page. Guys, that's really as simple as this business is. This business is about continually adding to your new list, inviting those people to look at information, continuing to use your membership, because the more you use your membership, the more it goes from up here to right here, from your head to your heart, about what we do truly, truly does matter. And so, guys, that wraps up the first part of our training for tonight, being able to Fast Start qualify. Now I have the opportunity to go out to a gentleman who I have the utmost respect for. I have a respect for him because, you know, I myself worked in the world of athletics at a very, very high level, in the world of tennis. You know, I've coached 80 plus kids to Division I scholarships. You know, but this gentleman was a Division I head football coach, won one of the bowl games in the NCAA Hall of Fame. That is not an accolade that is easily achieved. In this business, 20 plus years in the business, Millionaire club member, now lives down in Tennessee, been retired for a while, but I think he's retired in a little warmer weather than what he was in Michigan. I'd like to go out to Mr. Coach Jim Harkema. Are you there, sir?
I sure am, Timmer, and thanks a lot. Great job of giving out the basics. And what I've chosen to do tonight, first of all, let's go back to what John Drennan, the leader of Success Partners, says. Show up, have the activity, and personal development. And Timmer kind of walked you through some basics of activity. At the same time, one of the fundamentals and one of the things that we've learned over time is that you need to make Legal Shield, treat it like a business. So what I think I'm going to do tonight, and you guys might have to help me, Lynn and Timmer, I'm going to see if I can get my, let's see, my slides on.
You should see the little share button there, Jim.
I hit that. Now I'm.
There you go.
Okay. How we doing so far? Okay, let me see if I can make these bigger. Come on, come on, come on. Well, maybe I can't. I should be able to, shouldn't I?
Try and hit that little that square up over to your right.
I'm looking for it. I can't find it.
Up to your right.
Oh, there it is. Is this it? No, that's not it. That's not it.
Jim, I think you have to open it in PowerPoint. It looks like you're still viewing it in the
Yeah, go ahead and
file.
double click over on the left where it says Legal Shield Business.
Yeah, double click that.
Okay. There we go. See, I knew I'm around the experts. Okay, let's talk about Legal Shield as a business. And one of the things that I really want to emphasize is to be successful, we must develop the skills. And you develop the skills by activity. But here's what I understand about all of competition, all of success, is keep it simple and be persistent. Keep it simple and be persistent. So don't get lost and mesmerized by all the things. Be sure that you can keep it simple, be persistent, and consistent with good fundamentals. Good fundamentals. Any game that we ever lost, any tennis tournament that any of Timmer's people failed to have success, it will always come back to the misfunction of fundamentals. Never changes. It's a constant in the world of development and breeding success. So make sure that you understand that. Keep it simple, be persistent, and consistent with good fundamentals. Okay, here's what our job is. Here's what our business is.
Hey, Jim.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. It's Lynn. We're having trouble seeing your screen. It's like it's too big now, I think.
Okay. What do I want to do?
It's just a gray background is all we're seeing.
All right. What do I need to do?
Try closing that box and reopening it, I think.
I don't know how to do that. New share? How's that? Okay, there we go. How's that?
There you go. Now we're seeing it perfectly.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to try to go back. But I'm ahead of my game here.
Oh, I see what you mean. We're on the earn 500 to 1,000 a month
I know
slide.
that's ahead.
Do you have the arrow buttons on your keyboard? Yeah. You might just go back on an arrow button. Sometimes that'll take you back a slide.
It's not moving it. Maybe that'll do it. There we go. Okay, I think I got it.
I think so. Thank you.
Okay, So our job, can we see it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Sort people to educate. That's our job. And here's the key. Of 100 people, most are not ready to learn. That's the hardest thing for all of us to evaluate and accept. Of 100 people, most of them are not ready to learn. When I first started the business, which was if I had it, how were you successful, Jim? I had the goal of having 100 people say no to me. 100 people to say no, and I knew at the end I would have 10 people that would have said yes. And that happened, and those 10 people led me to $100,000 income. And you go, what are you talking about? Because the numbers are the numbers. And I engaged and invited to find those that are ready to be educated. I did that through invitation. You do it without presenting. You intrigue after engaging. You engage them in a conversation. Whatever your basis of knowing them is, you get that engagement, and then you intrigue them. Now, one of the fundamentals that prevents people from ongoing success in this business is not expanding your list on an everyday basis. And that's in the case of just meeting people, talking to people, you're in social events, and you might hear them say, I really do need to get a will. Okay? That's a clue to now you have engaged them, you've gotten information, and you're going to have a chance to ask a question later to relate. All right, let me see what we can do here. Okay, then we must develop the skill of being a presenter. Now, that's true for the majority of people, but one of the most successful people ever that I was working with hardly ever presented, even though he was a great presenter. He was more comfortable putting them in front, his guests in front of other people and letting them present. So he understood who he was, and he put people in front of other people. Now, back in when this training was created, we had the flip chart or other visual, and I think that's important. I really believe that all of you I think that the best performance potential is to have people in front of the information, not looking at a video. It can work. The video can, and Prospect by Legal Shield can introduce, but at some point you want them in front of it, and that's the beauty of Zoom. And the Success Partners team certainly puts Zoom packages together. I encourage you to develop the skill of getting them on Zoom presentation. The third thing in our presentation is to tell stories. Stories communicate the reality of our membership. Facts do not. People remember stories. They don't remember facts. I could tell you over and over that people will send a letter on my behalf. But when I tell you that a letter was sent to my car company from the attorneys, and they called me back and said, Jim, you're not covered. However, you're going to be, however, our national marketing director indicated he will give you your $520 back out of goodwill. And we will call your attorney and tell her that everything's okay. Now, which one do you remember? That they'll write letters, or the beautiful story of me getting $520 back? That's the power of communication and using stories. Here's a secret that I've always believed in all the time that I coached. Everything that I do, I want to learn from every presentation. So when I'm working with a new associate, or I'm even working with myself, I'll ask this question: what did I learn? What did I learn? And when I learn something, then my business can grow. Work with your support person. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of access online. But what you really want to do is work with your support person. When I first got started under the recruitment of John Drennan, I worked with him. I called him. I took people to him. He presented for me until I was ready to present. And then that's how we did it. I worked directly with him. I wanted to know the game I was in. The reminder, guest does not know what you're supposed to say. Let it flow. Let it flow. It does not matter if you make an error. You can correct it on the next one, but let your presentation flow. Okay, then you want to ask. Here's a great, and some people don't accept it, but I believe in it. Lynn, here's my question to you. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being no interest and 10 ready to get started, where are you? You see, I don't care what Lynn's answer is. I know that if it's under a 5, I'm going to say, well, thanks for your time. Who do you know that might be interested in it? Because I know she's not she's not ready. But if she's a 6, 7, 8, here's my next question. What would it take for you to move to a 10? They will tell you. I'll never forget the time that I asked somebody that question and they said they were a 7. I said, what would it take for you to move from a 7 to a 10? His answer, how do I sign up? Isn't that amazing? Does that happen every time? Absolutely not. Only one time that I used it. But every time I find out where they're at. That's the power of our business. Another good, powerful question on the ask is, do you see any reason not to enroll and protect your family? And then here's the key thing. Don't talk yourself through the answer. Be quiet after you ask to enable them to tell you where they are at. And then always be ready to have enrollment form or online ability. You want to take them to the next step. Okay? Very, very, very important. Okay, here's a skill that can add to your program, but it's a skill that needs to be practiced. It's a skill that you need to take a deep breath and use to your advantage. You've just written a membership. Timmer, listen, thanks a lot for getting the membership. Let me ask you something. Who do you care about that would at least want to know about Legal Shield? Isn't that a comfortable question? Well, you can't ask that question if you don't practice it. You cannot develop a business if you don't have that question in your arsenal. How about this? Timmer, I know you're in business. Who do you know that owns a business that cares about their employees? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Great. And you write that name down. Try to get the phone number. Even possibly ask them, hey, would you give them a call and let them know I'm going to call them? Who do you know that wants to earn extra income part-time, $500 to $1,000 a month? Those are 3 powerful questions. Ask yourself this. How many times have you ever asked those 3 questions of a membership of somebody that you just wrote a membership? You're limiting your business by not having the ability to do that. Okay? That's referrals. Now, if your goal is to earn $500 to $1,000 a month, earn senior associate or manager. Move to that level. Now, you must have activity. The money doesn't appear. The money doesn't come because you're reading personal development books. It comes from making 10 presentations a month. 10 presentations a month. So you earn, what does that take? It takes invitation. Is it asking for referrals? Earn Performance Club. Show prospective associates what you're doing and ask if they'd like to do the same. Attend trainings and events. Learn and grow through personal development. That's what you need to do. That's what a business plan would be to earn $500 to $1,000 a month. If you'd like to earn $50,000 to $100,000, you need to earn executive director level with 4 to 7 lines producing. You want to lead by example, be in performance club, recruiting, events, personal development. I remember way back when I was making about $85,000 a year, and which is, then I went to 90, 92, and that's not a lot from 100,000. But what was important in leading? I needed to make $100,000 and be recognized. Why? So my team knew that their leader was leading by example. So you want to create that kind of an attitude. Be an enthusiastic promoter of events. Recognize every achievement, all achievers. And here's what you need to understand. If your goal is to have a $100,000 ring, every ring earner had a blitz of activity to find others who wanted the same thing. You cannot be successful. Hey, when I become ED, I want to stay there. You want to become ED through a blitz of activity so that you can find the people that want to do what you want to do. Okay? And it's a fundamental of our business. You say, well, that's not the way other businesses are. Doesn't matter. What's the game you're in? The game you're in is to create that kind of activity. Now, personal development. Here's what I want you to understand. If you follow successful athletes, successful coaches, successful instructors, successful teachers, successful business people, I will guarantee you they are a student of personal development. They might not call it that, but they say you need to be accountable. You need to have mentors. You need to hang around with 5 key people that are as good or better than you. Those are all personal development things. Here's what I believe personal development is. Create new philosophies and that create new actions. When Jim Rohn said that there's a little boy in your neighborhood that needs to make $5 to cut your lawn, that was a new philosophy, because my dad always said, you cut the lawn, boy. And I said, I like Jim Rohn's philosophy. I'll pay somebody $5 and I'll go out and write a membership for $100. You see, that's a different philosophy than my W-2 dad, who was a great, great dad, and I believe in him, love him, and but it was a different philosophy. So it creates new actions. You hang out with like-minded people, develop skills through repetition is the mother of skill, and the ultimate is to master. Each of you, if you choose, you want to practice, do, review. Practice, do, review, so that you can have the success that you want. And then one of the fundamental aspects of what we do is to promote to events. Events create leverage for your business. Let's put it this way. If you had the opportunity to sit down with somebody every day for an hour and a half, that's take times 5, that's 7.5 hours. But if you could get them to an event, all 5 people, it's 1 hour. That's leverage. The associates hear the same message, but from another person. There's belief, it's belief building. And you cannot believe how many times people will say, if they can do it, I can do it. You can hear stories that they relate to, and you get third party to help your promotion. No purpose, then importance of purpose or your why. If you have no purpose, it's easy to stop. This is a big one from the Hoffmans. Are you a 1099 mentality or a W-2 mentality? W-2, you employ yourself. What will the money provide me and the family makes the process worthy of our effort? Move away from pain or towards gain. Personal pride and achievement. There's a lot of different whys. You just want to get comfortable with what yours is. So, Timmer and Lynn, I hope that there was some value there. I want to turn it back to you guys. Thanks a lot for inviting me. And everybody, take control of your own business, and best of success to all of you. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you so much, Jim. Truly, truly appreciate your comments. If you want, you can go ahead and unshare your screen there. See if I can do it here. No. So go ahead and unshare it. But guys, I appreciate Jim coming on tonight. And guys, that's 20 plus years in our company sharing the simplicity of this business. So I hope you took notes. I hope you took pictures, because I absolutely did from my screen. And we're going to go ahead and end tonight, guys. Looking forward to seeing so many people at our Summer Blast in just another week or so. And we'll go ahead and end it now. Everybody have a fantastic evening, and bye-bye for now.